Welcome to The White Space, the podcast where we talk about data centers in a simple and practical way.
Welcome to the deep dive. And hey, today's special, really exciting actually, we're launching something brand new for you. Our series, The White Space.
Or Piso Blanco. Yeah.
Exactly. And look, it's not just a catchy name for the show. White space is, it's what the industry calls that open floor area in a data center, ready for all the server racks.
Right. The operational heart.
And while your mind probably jumps straight to those massive cloud giants.
The hyperscalers.
Yeah, those. Our mission here in the white space is really to explore the data centers you interact with, probably without even thinking about it, every single day.
Mm-hmm. The ones behind the scenes.
We're talking about the critical stuff. The backbone for, say, package delivery companies, or the systems keeping bottling plants going, car factories running. They're kind of everywhere.
Absolutely. Cellular towers, point of sale at your corner store.
Exactly. And for most IT managers, facility managers, these are the white spaces where the real day-to-day challenges happen. So today, let's map out the basics, the different sizes, who's got what market share, ready to dig in.
Let's do it. You really hit on the core idea. We hear so much about the huge cloud places, but for many businesses, the reality on the ground is quite different.
Okay.
So according to Synergy Research Group, the data center world, it's sort of segmented. Understanding these segments helps explain why the white space is focusing where we are.
Right. So first up, the hyperscalers. These feel like the new utility companies almost, just massive scale. What's their share? What defines them?
That's a great way to think about them, yeah.
Yeah.
These giants, your AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, they command, get this, 41% of total data center capacity.
That's 41%.
Huge. And we're talking colossal. Think interconnected cities burning through hundreds of megawatts of power. It's pretty staggering.
Hundreds of megawatts.
And because of that scale, they're the ones driving really extreme innovation in cooling, using water, sometimes even snow in Arctic regions.
Seriously.
Seriously. It's kind of a necessity with the heat from high-performance computing these days, pushing physics, really. And this massive scale lets them warp the economics, make cloud cheap, but it also centralizes so much power. The U.S. has, over half the global capacity. Virginia, Texas, those are hotspots.
Okay, Titans. Got it. What about colocation, then? I always picture them as, data hotels. Is that fair?
That's a perfect analogy, yeah. They account for about 22% of the market. Companies basically rent space. They share the essentials power, cooling.
Ah, okay.
It's smart for businesses, right? You get top-notch infrastructure without that huge upfront cost or needing your own specialized IT team. Big players globally, like Equinix. Here in Mexico, Keo Networks is a major one.
Right.
And interestingly, even some hyperscalers lease space from them sometimes to, extend their reach.
Huh. Okay, and then the white space is really zooming in on private or on-premise data centers. Why are these so significant for our focus?
Right, so these are the ones owned and operated by just one company. For their own stuff, they represent a really substantial chunk, 37% of global capacity.
Still a big piece of the pie.
Absolutely. And this is exactly where most IT and facility managers face those critical infrastructure challenges day in, day out. In their industrial buildings, their enterprise setups. Here, the priority is often performance, yes, but also compliance. Think specific industry rules, sensitive data.
Makes sense.
Now looking ahead, projections say by 2029, hyperscalers might cross 60% of capacity. And private data centers, they could drop below 30% market share.
So they're shrinking.
Well, here's the fascinating part. Their share drops, but their actual capacity, it's expected to barely decrease, only marginally.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So for your business, managing these on-premise hubs, it's not going away. If anything, the unique challenges, legacy gear, specific compliance needs, they might just get more intense as the rest of the world shifts. Colocation's share looks pretty stable, by the way, even though their total capacity will grow too. It just makes understanding this enterprise white space even more vital.
Okay, that clarifies a lot. Now, with all this data exploding 5G, IoT, all that we keep hearing edge data centers, where do they fit in this picture?
Good question. Edge is all about location, location, location. They're smaller facilities usually placed much closer to where the data is generated or used. The goal is to slash latency, that delay.
Right, for real-time stuff.
Exactly. Think video games, smart factories needing instant feedback. But here's the key thing. Edge isn't really a new type of data center on its own.
Oh.
No, an edge facility could actually be a hyperscale node or a colocation site or an enterprise's own small center or belong to an ISP or telecom provider. The defining thing is just proximity to the data source.
So it's about function and location, not ownership type.
Precisely. Imagine that smart factory in Tijuana you mentioned, getting real-time quality control data instantly. No lag. That's the power of Edge, enabled by maybe a small enterprise Edge site right there. And companies are jumping on this. Like 56% were already using Edge in some form, and I think the stat was 79% planning to spend more on it in 2023. Data growth and needing data to stay local for legal reasons are big drivers.
Wow. Okay, so that's our first proper dive into the white space. It's a very happy moment for us to finally launch this for you. We've just mapped the landscape today, but hopefully you're already seeing that hidden infrastructure, all around you and why this specific white space matters so much.
Yeah, it's the foundation for so much.
Totally. So next time, we're going to roll up our sleeves. We're getting into a really critical topic for any data center, big or small: cooling.
Oh yeah, crucial.
We'll look at practical, efficient ways for enterprise spots, not just the, cooling with snow extremes of the hyperscalers.
Real-world solutions.
Exactly. Before we wrap up, a huge thank you to our sponsors, Series Tech, they're pros in data center training, and Noxtel, our sales and marketing expert. You can find the relevant links in the description. Check them out.
Definitely worth a look.
And we promise we'll try to keep these deep dives short, focused, packed with insights. So here's a thought to leave you with. What critical white space might be powering your daily life right now, and what surprise and challenge could it be facing? We'll see you next time.